Well, hello there, folks. How are you? It's Kenneth James Kerr, and thank you so much for joining me on this video. I really do appreciate you being here today. And you know what? I'm going to say something to you, and it probably won't apply as you're watching it today, but I'm going to say it anyway because it applies right now. Happy New Year! Yeah, today is actually, as I record this, it is January the 1st of 2023. And today I'm beginning the recording for the video library for This Book is the Perfect Gift. And so I'm saying Happy New Year because that applies today, but what's more important is this for you today. Welcome to this video library. Welcome to the beginning of your journey, because this could be an incredible journey of personal growth, personal development, encouragement, enlightenment, enrichment for you. As you go through the book and all the beautiful vignettes that are in here, and as you go through these videos, it's almost like the beginning of a new year. It's like the beginning of a new experience, the beginning of a new life for you, as well as for me, right now on January 1st as I make this. So thank you for being here today. I really do appreciate it. Now, before we get into the first vignette today, what I want to do is to quickly set the stage. I do not use word-for-word notes. I try to do these videos in one take. That means if I mess up, if I say the wrong word, if I get tongue-tied or whatever, I'm going to keep on recording, because that's authentic to the way that I speak. That's authentic to the way that I record, and I hope it'll come across to you with that level of authenticity as well. The next thing to note is this. I'm not going to put music at the background. I'm not going to flash up all kinds of fancy images of sunsets and people walking on a beach and nice mood music and all that kind of stuff. No, I don't want to do that either. First of all, that's not authentic to me when I get up and speak in front of an audience. And I think there's a tendency these days to have almost informational and sensory overload when people do that in their videos. So what you see here is what you're going to get in this video library. You're going to get me looking at you and speaking from my heart without word-for-word notes. Yes, there are some notes on a board off camera here, but not word for word. And hopefully one take with nothing to distract us. All right. With all of that said, let's get started. We're going to take the vignettes in the same order that you see them in the book. And by the way, this is a hardback edition which will be available probably by the time you watch this video as well. The very first vignette in the book, very first vignette. If you have the paperback, I believe it's on page 9. And this is what the quotation says. Greet each day with love in your heart, hope in your spirit, and gratitude in your soul. Oh, let me say that again. Greet each day with love in your heart, hope in your spirit, and gratitude in your soul. So I've got a very good question for you today. How did you greet the day today? Sometimes I say that to people and they say, well, what the heck do you mean, greet the day? That's kind of a weird concept. You know, we don't exactly go around saying, I greeted the day like this. I know that. So I'm going to ask you, how did you greet the day? You see, to try and make sense of that, let's broaden the illustration and say, think about greeting a person. There are several ways that you can greet a person, right? I'm going to just mention 3. For example, you could be walking along a busy street and there are strangers going either side of you, you know, a bit like that scene in the movie The Matrix where people are walking either side of Neo, right? And you're walking down the street and maybe you make brief eye contact with somebody, but you don't know these people. Well, in a sense, that's a greeting. In a sense. It's very superficial, admittedly, but you've entered each other's space just for a moment. So in a sense, that's a greeting, but there really is nothing there. That's one way to greet people. Well, there's another way. You greet somebody you don't like. You ever done that? You've offended somebody, you've hurt somebody, or they've hurt you, and all of a sudden you meet them. And oh, there's just this energy, isn't there? You know, I remember years and years and years ago, in my 20s, I was selling houses. Did my training in the city of Aberdeen, Scotland, and then went across to Inverness, and I was selling houses there. And we had a sales manager, and nobody liked the guy. He was very abrasive. Well, as it turned out, I left that job and I went into church ministry. And I thought it was a good idea to write a letter to his bosses telling them what I thought of him. It was not a good idea. Well, years later, I went back into the area and I thought, I'll go visit my old office. And I went in and guess who was there? Same guy. Well, how do you think he greeted me? I can remember exactly how he greeted me, even though it's 40 odd years ago. He looked me in the eye and he said, God's blood, look at what the cat dragged in. He was an Irish fella. That meeting didn't go very well, and I got out of there as fast as I could. But it's a greeting, isn't it? But it's a greeting with someone you don't like. There's a third way to greet people, and that's when you greet somebody that you do like. Maybe it's an old friend that you've not seen for years, and you see them and say, hey, oh my goodness, how you doing? Oh, it's great to see you. I've not seen you for a year. Here, come and give me a hug. Yeah, oh, that's great. How you? Look, have you got time for a coffee? Yeah, I do. Oh, that's awesome. Come on, let's get caught up. 3 completely different ways to greet people. And here's the truth. The nature of the greeting will certainly determine the nature of the meeting. So now let's once again ask you the question. How did you greet the day today? How? You know, it could be like apathy. You know, you greet the day like you greet strangers. It just goes on past you and you don't even notice it. So you get up on automatic pilot, you go down to the bathroom on automatic pilot, you put on your coffee on automatic pilot, you let the dog out for a pee on automatic pilot, etc., etc., and you know, you don't even notice. That's one way to greet the day. Or you might greet it like an enemy, someone you don't like. Oh, God, another day. And if it's Monday morning, oh, bloody hell, another Monday morning and I'm off to the frickin' office, okay? Well, that's another way to greet the day. Did you greet the day a little bit like that today? Come on, be honest, did you? Well, there's a better way. And that's to greet it as a friend. That's to greet it, as we suggest in this phrase, in this quotation, to greet each day with love in your heart, hope in your spirit, and gratitude in your soul. Now, you know, I try to do that. I don't always do it, but most days I do. Let the dog out, go outside, look at the sun as it's either coming up or just up or whatever, and I reach out my arms and I look at the sun and I say, I greet this day with love in my heart, hope in my spirit, and gratitude in my soul. And I want to encourage you to do the same thing. Can I demand that you do it? Of course not. But I can certainly advise it. I can certainly suggest it. I can recommend it highly, because it sets yourself up for a much better day. Remember what we said. The nature of the greeting determines the nature of the meeting. And it's the same here. So let's take a look at those 3 incredible words that we use in that quotation, okay? Greet the day, number 1, with love. Well, what does that mean? Oh, we're not talking about the romantic type of love. Oh, I love you. No, we're not talking about that. What we're talking about, gosh, the Scottish came out. Did you notice that? It's stronger than ever. It's because it's the first of the year. Scottish hogmanay, right? So love, what do we mean by that? What we mean is this. It's an attitude. It's seeking the highest good. There's a word in the Bible. It's a Greek word in the New Testament. Up here, there it is. And that word is agape. And one of the good translations of that is seeking the other person's highest good. So let's expand that. When you greet the day with love, it's a choice, it's an attitude, it's a decision, and it's where you say, I'm going to seek the highest good. First of all, I'm going to seek the highest good in the circumstances of the day. Secondly, I'm going to seek the highest good in other people and for other people. And third, I'm going to seek the highest good in myself, to express that, to demonstrate that, to manifest that as I interact with the world today. And I'm also going to seek the highest good for myself as well. Now, can you imagine if you start each day with that decision, how it's going to impact the day? It's going to be absolutely incredible. It's going to change your feelings, it's going to change your attitude, it's going to change your interactions, it's just going to change the quality of your day. Now, you and I can make that decision no matter what is going on around us. We have the right to do that. We have the ability to do that. Just as we have the right to greet the day in a different way, just as we have the right to let the circumstances wash over us and take them away with their tide. We can do that too, but I'm suggesting to you instead that you greet the day by choice with love in your heart and all that that means. Second great word there, love in your heart, hope in your spirit. What's hope? What is hope? Well, in essence, hope is looking ahead to a future that has not yet manifested today. That's really what hope is, but it's looking ahead with a particular bent, with a particular characteristic, with a particular flavour, isn't it? It's looking ahead to the events of the day as they're going to come towards you, looking ahead to what you're going to be and do and exemplify in that day with the expectation of good. That's what hope is, with the expectation of good. Now, why is it important to begin the day with that? Begin the day with love in your heart and hope in your spirit. Because, you know, somebody once said, once hope is gone, what else is there? Truly. So when you have hope and you set yourself up at the beginning of the day and you say, I am going to not only seek my highest good, but I'm going to seek that which I hope for, then what do? You start looking for it. It's like you turn on a little radar up in your head. I expect good things today. And so you go out in the day. Where are those good things? Man, I'm looking for those good. Oh, there's the good things over there. That's a whole different ball game, isn't it? That's a whole different way of beginning the day, and I truly encourage you to do that. What about the third great word? Gratitude. Gratitude in your soul. You know, gratitude is an incredible attitude. It really is. The second that you say to yourself, I am going to be in gratitude right now, you know what happens? Things fire up here. Try it right now. I want you to say, I am grateful for. Just say that. I am grateful for. Now fill in the blank. What things are coming to mind? Things will come to mind. So make a decision to greet the day with gratitude. To focus on the things for which you are truly grateful, the things that you really do appreciate, because once again, when you make that decision at the beginning of the day, you're turning on a mental radar that's going to start looking for those things that you are grateful for. Let me say the quotation again. Greet each day with love in your heart, hope in your spirit, and gratitude in your soul. So how did you greet today? You might say, you know what? I did greet it like that. And I am going to greet tomorrow like that, and that's awesome. But what if you look at the way that you greeted today and you say, oh dear, or whichever word you may want to put in there. So you look at the way you greeted the day today and you say, no, I didn't exactly greet the day like that. Then do this. Greet now like that. Say, well, from this moment on during this day, I'm going to greet this day with love in my heart, hope in my spirit, and gratitude in my soul. You see, there's flexibility. It's a choice, it's a decision, it's a series of qualitative decisions to improve the quality of your life. And then tomorrow morning, you can say, I greet this day with love in my heart, hope in my spirit, and gratitude in my soul. I encourage you to do that. Thank you for watching this video today. Think about it as the day goes through, whatever time you watch it, And I'm going to suggest this. Tomorrow, if you have the book, turn to that first vignette upon which this video has been based. And don't necessarily watch the video again, but read the vignette. Read it. Read it, read it, read it, read it. Think about it. The following day, write your notes in your book. Or if you don't have a copy of the book, and I hope you do, but if you don't, then by all means, get yourself a notebook or a journal and put your responses in there. And the day after that, we will launch video number 2. Thank you again for joining me today. Have a wonderful day today. This is Kenneth James Kerr, and I will see you in the next video.